Hello viewers, welcome to Udainath Autonomous College of Science and Technology. So in today's class we will be discussing about transmission media. So this is a new topic in your data communication channel, includes transmission media as a most important part from the whole syllabus. So we will be discussing about what transmission media is, how many types of transmission media are there and how they all work to bring the communication in a better way. So in today's chapter or in today's class we will be discussing more about transmission media. So transmission media means through which data is transferred from one place to another, and there are two categories of transmission media that are normally used for computer communication. These are bounded, or we can call it as guided media, and the other one is the unbounded or unguided media. That means transmission media refers to the means or the path through which the data is transferred from one location to another location. The data which flows from one location to another requires a medium or a media to travel from the sender to the receiver side. So this media is known as your transmission media. This media is responsible for transmission of data from one node to another node. So basically there are two types of transmission media, that is, the first one is guided, or we call it as bounded media, and the second one is unguided or unbounded media. You can clearly see over here there are two types of media, that is bounded or guided media, and the other one is unbounded or unguided media. So moving on to what do you mean by bounded or guided media. So bounded media are the physical links through which signals are confined to narrow path. They are also called guided media. Bounded media are made up of to an external conductor, usually copper, bounded by jacket material. Bounded media are great for labs because they offer high speed, good security and low cost. However, sometimes they cannot be used due to distance communication. So what do you mean by bounded media? The media actually which is bounded or it is confined, we call it as a bounded media. That means if a media is applicable to a room or to a lab, to a building or to a campus, then we call it as a bounded media. Normally we use wires and cables to configure the bounded media, and in other terms we call it as guided media also. Normally we use it in labs, buildings and in campuses for its high speed and good communication. As we know that wires and cables are difficult to handle or difficult to implement, but the nature of work and the nature and the speed of the transmission is very good as compared to other medias. So bounded media are of different types. The three common types of bounded media are coaxial cable, twisted pair cable and fiber optics cable. So these are the three common types of bounded media which actually are responsible for transmitting the data from one location to another using wires and cables. So in this bounded media we will be discussing about each cable briefly. So moving on to the first cable, that is your twisted pair cable. The most popular network cabling is twisted pair. It is lightweight, easy to install, inexpensive and support many different types of network. It also supports the speed of 100 Mbps. Twisted pair cabling is made up of pair of solid or stranded copper twisted along each other. The twists are done to reduce the vulnerability to electromagnetic induction. The number of pairs in the cable depends on the type. So what do you mean by twisted pair cable? So twisted pair cable, as the name implies, two wires or a pair of wires, they twist with each other to transfer the data from one location to another. You can say that why it is twisted? There is no need of twisting. It is twisted, or it has been twisted to reduce the EMI, that is your electromagnetic induction. So what do you mean by electromagnetic induction? So actually you must be knowing in physics that when electric current is passed through a wire, so electric magnetic field is developed around the wire. So as there is a electromagnetic field has been generated around the wire, so it obstructs the flow of data within the wire. So this is known as your EMI, electromagnetic induction. So what happens when the electromagnetic induction is higher in this wire, so they obstruct the flow of data to the other wire. So when they are twisted, so the magnetic field induction which is generated in both the wires cancel each other, and the smooth flow of electrons or the data is conducted. So in this case you can clearly see the image over here. There are two wires or a pair of wires which are twisted with each other. So you can see there are four twisted pair cables over here. So one wire is twisted with another wire. You can clearly see in the four wires, one wire is twisted with another wire. In this case, the magnetic induction of this wire cancels the magnetic field of this wire. So both the electromagnetic induction of both the wires get neglected or get cancelled when they are twisted. So actually what happens in twisted pair cables, the magnetic field is generated because of the low cost or the low inductive point. So that's why they are being twisted, so that they can cancel their electromagnetic induction. So you can see a twisted pair cable over here. This is a rubber point or a inductive material. Another one is also the inductive material. This is the wire here. This is the original copper wire which actually is responsible for transferring of data, and there is a rubber shield over here or a conductor over here. Then finally they are coated with another material, and finally with a rubber point. So this is the structure of a twisted pair cable. You can see that two wires or a pair of wires are twisted with each other in order to transfer the data smoothly, neglecting the electromagnetic induction. So these are actually low cost wires, and they are very easy to install and support many different types of networks. So in many networks you can easily install the twisted pair cable. So moving on to the next type or the next category of bounded media, that is your coaxial cable. So coaxial cable gets its name because it contains two conductors that are parallel to each other. The center conductor in the cable is usually copper. The copper can be either a solid wire or stranded material. Outside this central conductor is a non-conductive material. It is usually plastic material used to separate the inner conductor from the outer conductor. The other conductor is a fine mesh made of copper. Outside the copper mesh is the final protective EMI interference is caught by the outer copper mesh. So what do you mean by coaxial cable? So coaxial cable is normally more expensive and more speeder than the twisted pair cable. As we have discussed in twisted pair cable, so the EMI is more, that means the electromagnetic induction is more in case of twisted pair cable. They are very low quality cables, but in coaxial cable the flow of data is very high. They are expensive because they actually conduct very less EMI, electromagnetic induction is very less in case of coaxial cable. It does not get outside. So the flow of data in coaxial cable is much higher than the twisted pair cable. So where it is used, you must have seen the cable TV, the wire of cable TV, the black wire which is used for the cable TV connection, that is the coaxial cable. So coaxial cable contains a copper wire which has a inductive material, then it has again a zigzag material, again it is bounded by or it is shielded by a rubber material or a plastic material. So you can clearly see the image over here. What is the structure of a coaxial cable? So the coaxial cable has different layers, as you can see. The innermost layer is the copper wire which is actually responsible for the flow of data in a cable. That means whatever you are seeing in the TV or any TV connection or any set-top box connection, you must have seen the coaxial cable which is actually responsible for the flow of data. That means suppose you are watching TV or you are watching movies, all the movies or pictures or anything that are getting downloaded through the set-top box are coming through this copper wire. This copper wire is actually responsible for bringing the data. So again a rubber shield is there to protect the copper wire. Again you can see there is a zigzag copper mesh over here which is actually responsible for lowering or deducting the EMI, that is electromagnetic induction of this copper wire. That means the the electromagnetic induction of this copper wire is rejected or is minimized by this copper mesh. So actually this mesh lowers or decreases the EMI of copper wire, and through which the data flowing through the copper wire is very high and it moves smoothly. So again this copper mesh is enclosed by the outside insulator. So this insulator is a plastic or a rubber shield. So the whole image shows the picture of a coaxial cable in which the innermost layer is the copper wire, which is actually responsible for flowing of data. Then it is bounded by an insulator, and then it covers with a copper mesh which is actually used to lower the EMI of copper wire. Finally this copper mesh is bounded by the outside insulator, so that with a plastic or a rubber material, so that we will not be in contact with the wire directly. So the next category of bounded or guided media is your fiber optics cable. So what do you mean by fiber optics cable? A fiber optic cable uses electric signal to transmit data. It uses light to transmit the data. In fiber optic cable, light only moves in one direction. For two-way communication to take place, a second connection must be made between the two devices. It is actually two strands of cable. Each strand is responsible for one direction of communication. So as the name suggests, or as the name implies, fiber optics cable, that means optics means light. So the wire or cable which uses light in place of electric current to transmit the data from one location to other is known as your fiber optics cable. So fiber optics cable is actually the most expensive and the most trusted cable in the bounded media. So the banks, the companies, they use fiber optics cable for more data flow. So you can clearly see the image over here. What is the image of fiber optic cable? So the fiber optic cable has a core which is made up of glass material. Why it is made up of glass material? Because in glass the light will flow in this direction, in zigzag direction. It will not flow in a single line. They will move in a zigzag structure. So the core of the fiber optics cable is made up of glass, and you can clearly see the light ray over here. The light ray actually is passing in this way. This core is made up of glass. To support this glass, there is a cladding over here which is used to support the glass material, so that any outer jerk will not help or will not be responsible for the breakage of the core. Then finally the cladding is coated with a plastic material. So there are three layers of fiber optics cable. The inner one is of glass material which is called the core, in which actually the light passes in a zigzag manner. Then the core is covered with a cladding, with a heavy cladding to support the non-breakage of the glass, and finally this cladding is coated with a plastic material. So in fiber optics cable, the electric current is changed to light energy, or the electrical energy is converted to light energy, and the light actually is responsible for the flow of data from one location to the other location. So always fiber optics cable has a unidirectional flow of data. That means one wire will be responsible for the flow of data in a single direction. So for transmitting and receiving the signal, there must be two wires, for one for the transmission and another one is for receiving the signal. So the signals flow in a zigzag manner, and it flows in a very speeder way, because as we know that optics or light is the fastest medium to travel. So data flow in fiber optics cable is much more than the twisted pair cable and coaxial cable. So these are all about the three categories of bounded or guided media, that is twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and fiber optics cable. Next we will be moving to the unguided or unbounded media. So the unguided media is a wireless media it simply transports electromagnetic waves without using any physical conductor. Signals are normally broadcast through the air and thus are available to anyone who has the device capable of receiving them. Unguided signals can be travelled from source to the destination in several ways. These ways include ground propagation, sky propagation and line of sight propagation. The two main types of unguided media are radio waves and microwaves. So, what do you mean by unguided or unbounded media? So, as we have already discussed what do you mean by bounded media. So, bounded media uses wires and cables. So, till now as we have discussed all the medias, that is twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and fiber optic cable, they all are cables or wires which are under the bounded or guided media, but they cannot be used for travelling or transmission of data from one node to another node which are very far away distance, which are a very large distances. So, using unbounded or unguided media, we can travel or we can transmit the data from one node to another who are at far away distances. So, unguided media or unbounded media, they are actually responsible for transmission of data from one location to another location using wireless devices. So, the two main categories of unguided medias are radio waves and microwaves. So, moving on to each category, the first one is your radio waves. So, you can see in ground propagation, the radio waves travel through the lowest portion of atmosphere. These are very low frequency signals, emanate in all direction from transmitting antenna and follow the curvature of planet. In sky propagation, the higher frequency radio waves radiate upward into the ionosphere where they are reflected back to the earth. So, what do you mean by radio waves? So, radio waves does not mean that we are listening to radio means these are only radio waves. No, the mobile phone which we are using also use the radio waves. So, the radio waves actually transmit the data from one location to another using sky propagation or ground propagation. That means they work from ground level to the sky level. So, there is a layer in atmosphere called as ionosphere which is actually responsible for reflecting the waves so that we can connect with each other wirelessly. So, radio waves in these times are the most popular and the most versatile and the most valuable way of communication through which one node can be connected to the another node and they can communicate with each other. So, radio waves are actually the most important part of unguided or unbounded media. So, you can see the image over here what are radio waves and how they work. You can clearly see the a phone over here, you can say it as a sender and over here that is a receiver. So, this is, let us say this is sender and this is receiver. So, whenever this phone of this area wants to communicate with this phone over this area, so they are getting connected through the, you can see a tower or a aerial over here. So, they are getting connected with each other through this communicating material or communicating device. So, you may be present in any location and the receiver may be present in any location. So, they can be get connected through this device and through which they can transmit the data over them. So, whenever you are calling a friend who is far away distance, so all the data or whatever you are talking are going through radio waves and they are received by the receiver at the other end. So, whatever you are using internet in today's life, you are sending pictures or images or videos, whatever you are sending, they are moving through the radio waves. So, radio waves is actually responsible for transmitting of data to far away distances and those distances are not able to be communicated through bounded media. So, you can see that this area is some other place, this area is some other place and in between them there are a lot of mountains, barriers, obstructions and many things are there. But still then this device is able to get connected to this device through this connecting device or communicating device. So, radio waves are actually responsible for far away distance communication. So, moving to the next part or the next category of unguided or unbounded media, we have microwaves. So, in the line of sight propagation, very high frequency signals are transmitted in straight lines directly from the antenna to antenna. Antenna must be directional, facing each other and either tall enough or close enough together not to be affected by curvature of the earth. The line of sight propagation is tricky as radio transmission cannot be completely focused. So, what do you mean by microwaves? So, microwaves are actually the devices or the waves which work on the line of sight. So, what do you mean by line of sight? That means what we see is what we get. So, line of sight is the backbone of microwave. So, microwave actually work when the two devices are in the line of sight, means both the devices can communicate if there is no barrier between them. Let us say I have two devices, I want to communicate this device with this device. So, they must face each other or there should not be any barrier in between these devices. Suppose I will bring a barrier or I will move my hand in between them, then there will be a obstruction or there will be a problem in transmitting the data from one node to another node. So, this is all about your microwave. So, that means microwave always work in line of sight, and if there is a barrier, there will be a lot of obstruction in the data flow. So, why microwave is used? Because microwave are very low cost, they can be implemented or they can be installed easily in any devices. So, normally the microwave devices are placed in the top of the mountains or where there is no obstruction. Suppose let us say one device or one microwave device is connecting with another microwave device and they are in line of sight, and let us say in the gradual time there is a tree which grows up, so it brings a obstruction in between them, so they will not be able to communicate with each other. Or let us say there are a lot of birds who will flow in between the two devices, then there will be obstruction or there will be problem in communication. So, these are some of the demerits of microwave, but actually microwave work in a very low cost as they work in line of sight. So, this becomes one of the very bad or brings about a demerit in using the microwave. You can clearly see the image over here. I have given a picture of a microwave. You can see there are two microwave devices connected at the different location of the curvature of earth. As there is a curvature of earth, so they cannot be in the same location, so, or they cannot be in the same line of sight. So, they cannot come in this way. That is why there is another device which is at the top of the mountain or at the topmost height, so that this device will get connected to this device and this device will get connected to this device. So, let us say we do not have this device can also communicate with this device, but if there will be any obstruction in the middle, so they cannot be communicated or they cannot send the information from this point to this point. Let us say a lot of birds will flow in between this place, then there will be a obstruction in those devices to transmit the data. So, actually what happens, the microwave always work in a line of sight, so that they can easily transmit the data from one location to another location. So, this is the clear image of a microwave working in line of sight. So, viewers, we have discussed transmission media, what is transmission media, how transmission media works, what are the categories of transmission media, that is bounded or guided media, and another one is unbounded or unguided media. So, what is bounded media? How many categories of bounded media are there? That are twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and fiber optics cable. Then we also move to unbounded media, that is your radio waves and microwaves. We have clearly discussed each and every category of bounded and unbounded media. So, in next class we will be discussing more about data communication. Thank you.